Moving on to numbers 3 through 7, some examples like that. First of all, it says solve the inequality, and you're going to do that just like it was an equal sign, except if you divide by a negative, the sign will flip around. So we'll talk about that in a sec. And then you need to do interval notation for your answers. So I'm going to give you an example similar to number 3, first of all. So something like number 3. If you have something like 4x is less than 20, to solve, we would just divide by 4 and divide by 4, have x is less than 5. If I were to ask you to put this on a number line, you would have positive 5 here, you'd have an open circle, and it would be numbers less than 5, so it would be all these numbers going this way. Well, to put this into interval notation, see, all the numbers, we always want to go smallest number to biggest number. So since we're talking about a whole bunch of numbers that are smaller than -5, positive 5, 5 would be our largest number. So we need to put something in here before it. So since we're going really, really far this way, this is the negative infinity side. So if the arrows are going this way, you're going from negative infinity to 5. So it's all the information in here. Now anytime you have a infinity symbol where there's positive or negative, it always gets a parenthesis next to it because there's not a specific ending point. And on this one, because this is a less than, if you looked at video 1 and 2, we would also have a parenthesis around that. Sorry. Now this would be different than if you had 4x is less than or equal to 20. We would still divide by 4 and 4, so we have x is less than or equal to 5. And so if I would make a graph on a number line, here's 5, I would close the circle and go that way. So for our interval notation for the answer I'm looking for, again, if we're going all the way this way, it would be a negative infinity. But then we would come up to positive 5 again, so it would look very similar, except for since it's underlined, it'd be a brace like that. So if it's underlined, it gets a brace, or I'm sorry, a bracket. If it's not underlined with an equal to, then it's just a parenthesis. Now, so something like number 4, you have to watch out for. So if you have 8 minus w is less than 7. One thing I'm going to warn you to watch out for, because I see this over and over with my own students. I subtract 8, subtract 8. I have to bring this negative down. A lot of people tend to drop that, but there's still a negative number with that w. It's a -1 there. I have less than, do that minus that, I get -1. I'm not done there because I have to leave the variable as positive. So to undo the multiplying of that, I divide by -1, divide by -1. And anytime you multiply or divide by negative, the sign has to flip. So this one, my answer would be w flip +1. So as a graphing representation, I would have +1, it would be an open circle, and I want numbers larger than 1, so it would go this way. So when I'm looking at it for interval notation, this is not underlined, and 1 is the smallest number because everything going this way up to positive infinity is larger than 1. So my smallest value here is 1. Since it's not underlined, I have a parenthesis. Then I'm going to go all the way to positive infinity and then close it like that. Actually, I'm going to just do examples 3 and 4, and you're going to watch a new video for like 5, 6, and 7.